All right, welcome to the second review of the evening. Up this time is Skautfold, Moonless Night. I'm assuming this is pronounced Skautfold. It's another one of these, made up words that you need to hear the pronunciation to make sure you're pronouncing it right. Anyway, um, return to the Lovecraftian nightmare of the angelic empire of Britannia as Grey, the Second Knight, set on a diplomatic mission to the Dawn Empire of Japan. The mission immediately goes horribly wrong as lunatic cultists instigate a religious coup, putting the Japanese emperor and Eleanor's envoys at risk. Your task? Explore the Oda Imperial Palace, negotiate with its factions, and secure the survival of the Empire. Um, this story follows the events of Shrouded Insanity, Usurper, and Into the Fray, as the Skautfold series is heading to its conclusion. Knowledge of the previous games is not required to enjoy the game, but it will most certainly make this even more enjoyable. So yeah, this is like the fourth chapter in the series.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got the PlayStation 5 edition of this game. So over to Petty Fan for the detail.
All right. I guess I have not played any of the Skautfold games, so I have no
Nor have
idea.
we
Yeah.
nor have we been ever sent one of these before.
So I'm missing a lot of context on what this is. They kind of gave me a massive, like, 10-15 minute text vomit at the top, and then just kind of told me to go about my business. So that's not the best for someone new to your series. The art style at least is interesting. It's the gameplay, it's very slow. It's kind of like a 2D top-down Dark Souls. One thing that I'm not a big fan of is the game is very dark. I've seen some footage of
Is it in low light level?
Yes. Like, I think it actually goes by the time of day you're playing. So because I typically only really have time to play in the evening, I'm always playing these at night in game. So I don't have the benefit of being able to see around me. So it makes the game that much more difficult for me. The something I've noticed that's kind of a bit of a problem is there's nothing to really show a, like, pick upable item. Like, the enemy I just defeated threw out some coins, but it's hard to tell what's a coin and what's not. You have many different you have a dash button, you have a, like, kick button, you have a guard button. You can just die if you're bad at the game like I am. I did not get very far in this. And a lot of it is because, like, here you can literally lose track of the enemy because of just how dark it is. This is not really enjoyable to me. Um,
So it's another game where you really want to be able to fire at something while you're walking away from it.
n- Basically, or just let me be able to control the time of day. Like the fact that it just does this is a pain in the ass. It's also that like just
Unfortunately, while it's a cool idea to have time of day as a mechanic in your game, tying it one to one to real life time of day, barring people mucking about with the clocks, and even with that, not great for adults.
yeah. And it'd be one thing if it was just like, oh, the area is a little darker, but I can still see around me. But no, I'm at an actual strategic disadvantage because I have to play this at night. Like if this was just like a bluer shade, but I could still see, that would be fine. But
Are
the
you sure
fact,
it's not just that part of the game? Although
no,
if it is, that's still a questionable decision.
I looked up some videos on my own time, and no, there's literally you can just play this part during the day if you play it during daylight hours.
Oh, so it's using the internal clock.
Yeah, and I know you can change it on a PlayStation, but I believe that involves me getting it offline and then going through the settings. And why would I want to do that just to play a fucking game? You know? Um, but yeah, I prefer my Souls-like games where I'm a little more mobile, but this one you can kind of get around the hit stun if you're if you have decent timing with the feint button, which is the R2. But if you hit it too early, you just stop your swing. So there is that. I'm probably gonna die again. You do have a block button, which that it exists, but it God does it suck. Supposedly, if you're good enough, you can parry damage, but if you're not, you're just going to drain your guard meter even faster to the point where it wasn't even worth doing. Um, there is a little familiar dude that follows you around, the like little bat creature here. It will cast a spell, like charge and cast a spell as battle works. Like yeah, like you can get a decent clip during combat, but if you don't get a good rhythm on that feint button, you're not going to be able to dodge much, and it also just burns through your guard gauge, so you're going to take more damage. So there is a like weapon wheel. The only other weapon I have is the Naginata. I think it's a Naginata, which it's got reach, but it also has a longer wind up. So, and it also has the additional problem of on its follow through, it will bring it'll bring the opponent back towards you. So you need to be ready to keep moving. Um, the enemies, the combat doesn't feel very weighty, at least like with some of the stuff. Like I don't mind a little slower combat if it feels like I'm actually, doing damage. There isn't a lot of hit stun. My windups, my recovery animations take longer than their hit stun does. So I I can barely reposition.
And there's nothing in settings where you can alter the brightness?
Nope. I can adjust the volume. I can adjust the time scale compared to in-game time. So like the
Yeah, not.
actual time passing. And
Oh, well,
then
that would make it get to the day faster, I guess.
yes.
Anyway, the reason I ask is because I'm not finding any particular. Not that there's a ton of documentation about this. I'm not finding any references to a day-night cycle.
Hmm.
It's not that I don't believe you. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to verify it.
Well, I was just looking at videos and like they started during the day, so the only thing I can have to think of is time of day I'm playing. Because that's the old, I didn't obviously, message the dude and ask him what time they started, but it's like this was a fresh save file, and I immediately started in the middle of the night because I'm playing later in the day. Is the only thing I can think of, unless I'm missing something. And by all means, if I am, the devs will probably let us know. Um, Art's interesting, if not a little weird, but it's again an Eldritch inspired thing. Speaking of Eldritch, hi random skeleton. Um, there is you can use what triangle is to heal. You get like little healing vials because it's souls like. Those will refill whenever you enter a sanctuary or die. Death penalty is actually not that bad compared to other ones. You still keep your money. Um, I have not noticed losing of any experience. Um, like this is during the night. So you can still just keep grinding till you eventually get stuff. You can get bonus level ups at the shop. So eventually you will either get enough experience to grind your way through, or you'll just quit playing the game. There are a lot of I guess there's a mechanic the game calls cursed, which I'm not really sure what it does. Because there's like when you die, it just says eventually you may meet your demise, worry not, as Walthen maintains your life through the contract. However, each time you die, you incur the ire of something old. This manifests in the form of a curse. You see next to your health. Each stack cause you to take more damage. Um, Inversely, it increases your luck. So basically, it's one of those things where the more times you die, the more lucky you get, but the more damage you take. You can remove the curse status if you feel so inclined at the main hub. There's a little tea ceremony thing, or like a little Yeah, some type of key. What? How do I? Okay, yeah. So like, yeah, I can just head down here into the shrine, and then there's a little place you can meditate with some tea to get rid of your curse. How do we just have to die to refill my? I may just have to die to refill my um vials. Oh no, just talk to this dude. All right. But yeah, this game, well, it's not my bag to play. The story could be kind of interesting where if it came up if the series came across like somebody who's doing like a video essay on, I may watch it, but as far as like actual playing, it's not my personal jam, but I imagine there's some people who it would be. What are we looking at price wise, Adam?
Mm, that's a layered question, surprisingly, because
Console differences?
yes, among other things. So, okay, the PlayStation 5 digital version is going for $15.
All right.
Like on Steam, it's going for $10.
All right.
Yeah, different publishers.
Right.
And since it's Red Art Games, this also has a physical deluxe edition, which I can't seem to get a price listing on.
That's not good.
Well, let me see if Amazon that. Okay, come on. Okay. Uh, uh, okay, that's not exact. 5. Mm, uh, I'm sorry.
Live research.
Yes. Here we go. The PlayStation 5 Retail Edition um, is clocking in at $20. Um, and apparently they're like there's a couple of these Scoutfold games on Switch. Like they have the Scoutfold Bloody Pack, but it looks like those are two different ones.
Mhm.
So um I suppose the question is this game worth $15 since it's the PlayStation version you're reviewing?
Uh, it depends how interested you are in it. Like, I story wise, it's kind of cool, but I don't like the gameplay. If you like this kind of gameplay and the story is interesting, yeah, $15 is not bad. There is no voice acting that I could tell, so there is a lot of reading. So if you're not into a lot of like having to read through story and stuff like that, then that could be a problem. I don't know how long the actual game itself is. If this is a full 20, 30 hour excursion, then oh yeah, $15 is great. If this is only like a 10-hour romp or less, then not really sure on that. Any other questions or comments?
Not for me.
Alex, you got anything?
No, I'm good.
All right, then. So that'll about do it for this game. Be sure to tune in after the break as the Gollix gives his impressions on Sprint City.